Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and let's start the practice on Python language to understand some new topic. And today I plan the topic for lab practice is the decision statement. So decision statement basically used for some conditions, because in the real life we have also have to take some decision. So in Python we have a very important decision statement, if statement. We will discuss about if today, and then we try to use if else. Okay, and then we try to use a elif, and then we will go with the try to use some nesting structure over here. Okay, so today we try to discuss such a important statements which works on some decisions. Okay, so let's start our practice today. So how we can do the practice today about this decision statement. So first of all, we use import, and then after with the help of this import object here, OS, then we use a system, right? And then we pass clear screen here very easily, and it is okay. So let's start to understand this conditional statement here. So first of all, what we do, we have to take any variable, we have to create any variable, we have to take any example practically. Let's see number. You can see example, your number is 10, and then after maybe name, what is the name of subject we are learning here. You can suppose this is the Python lab here. Okay, so please see here right now this is a integer variable. Okay, and it looks a string variable, right? Please see. So you can create a such a variable based on your choices. So I want to take a very simple and easy example to learn this decision statement. Okay, so let's start the decision. So first of all, let's see if we use a if statement like same other languages. We have a C, C++, we have a Python, so we have a PowerShell, we have a lot of language. Same Python also use the same. Okay, in the Linux also we use the scripting. Okay, so here example, you want to compare. So for compare, if you remember, we use some operators, we need it. Without operator we cannot compare it. So if you want to take a decision, you need it actually. So suppose this is 5. Now you want to compare your input number with this 5. This is the only target. Now, then after we cannot start such a bracket like other languages. So in Python, we use this colon. Okay. And here you can write your decision. What decision you want to take here. Remember, print statement always helpful for print your decision actually. Okay. Example, number is greater than 5. Okay, so this is one more important, because Visual Studio we use uh, Python in a alignment. Can you see this is a complete alignment, but this is not good. So can you see this is a red color comes here. That means it is asking you, you have to go for some indented block. Can you see? So this is called the indentation actually. So this is a problem in the Visual Studio, but it will make a very simply. You can solve it. Can you see right now? I make a small tab. You can do it, and then you will see the red color, red error looks eliminated. Now it's good. Now you can print any other statement, whatever you want. So example, thanks message. So example, you are done. That's a simple. Okay, so very simple, try to understand. So this is only condition which usually you put it. So that means number, if the number is greater than 5, then you can take your decision. So this is your decision actually. Okay, so now what is the number? 10. You can give any value. Okay, so now you want to execute it. Let's try to execute the script. So you can call the interpreter again. Okay, and then the script name. Now, can you see right now? It shows the number is a greater than 5. Okay. Okay, so you can see here, you can print anything as you want here. Okay, so that means that actually it compare with only this number. Okay, so greater than, or you can write or equal, right? Because this is a 5 here, it depends upon your conditions. So now you see here, based, because it basically check the number with your input here. Okay, that means you are able to compare your decision with any number, any value. Okay, so this is the way to use it. Now what we can do, let's try to put one more. If you want to put one more condition, please go down, and you can again use with new variable, example string variable. We have the string variable. Then what we can do here, you have to use the equal operator. Okay, and here what you can do here, you have to put, you can check it with your own value. If the name is pose, because knowingly you put it here, so it makes sense here. Okay, so here maybe you can check very easily. Okay, that means here what I can write here, same, I can just put. So now we can just change our decision that like, let's say it's match, right? It's match. Okay, and then again you can give thanks to, suppose it was the thanks 1, this is the thanks 2. And one more important, again it is showing, it will give you the help actually, expected, this one. Okay, so you have to put this colon, that means start the block. So here we cannot use example if you want to end it, so it is not good. Okay, so very simply, there is no actually burden of the closing the block, or ending the block, or starting the block every time. So here it is a very nice idea. If the value is match, then you can take your decision very easily. Okay, so let's try to execute the script here. Now you see here, what is the error here? That means it show again the error. That means this is a very invalid syntax here. So why it is invalid syntax here? So let's try to make it space here, and I hope it will be okay. Be careful here. You can see here it is not okay. In that case, please try to read the error, and then you can go ahead. So please give a space. Example here. Now it is nice. Now you can see the result. It is match and thanks to. I hope you can get this if condition, if statement in the Python language very easily. Okay, so same way you can do any other example based on your choices. Okay, so this is your choice. You can do it your own example, and any other real world example you can take it. So it can be solved very easily. Okay, so now right now we have just solved the only one condition. It works only on the true part example. Okay, because you can see here the 10 was input and it was compared. It was true. And the name was Python and it compared. It was true. But what happens if the false condition comes? Example, if your condition is not satisfied, if it is not match, in that case, what we do? We can just use a very easy keyword that is called the else. So practically this is your else part. Okay, it also makes sense. Else part will work on your false condition practically. Okay, so here again, don't forget to start the block. So if you want to start a block, this colon will help you. And then after, nothing, just you have to print your statements here, right? Here you can see your print statements. Now what you can write here, you can print your decision whatever you want. So suppose here we printed the greater, here you can print it the lower, lower or maybe equal, whatever. Okay, so you can write here, lower than, you can write here example 10 here. Okay, but it will not, okay, because right now the condition is matching with this input value. Okay, in that case, we can print some message here, example done. Okay, same way you can go with here, else part here. Okay, and here you will see, you can put again, here you can put not match, something like that, not match here, and then you can give again, no need to put it here. Okay, or maybe you can also remove this stuff here. So I think it is okay. Now let's try to use, let's try to execute it. Sure, what will be the output here? The output is here again in front of you. If you see here, so let's see, number is greater than or equal 5. Why it is coming? Because I giving in the beginning the number is 10. Okay, that means it is greater than or equal to 5. It is executing based on this condition because it is true. Okay, and then after thanks is also printing, it is true, right? And what happens, else part will not work because uh, it is not satisfied conditions, right? Because here you see here, this is the number 10, that's why it makes you true, then it is okay. But if you change your input, this else part should be work. Okay, and the same way you can see the Python name, Python is match with your input value here, right? And then after, you can see it show the message match, otherwise it will be no. You can test, you can generate a test case very easily. Okay, so how you can check a test case very easily? This is it like a test case example, Python. Let's try to see, we can put a Linux. Okay, I just change the subject name, and then after you can change the number here again. Okay, so you will see here, because uh, the 10 was is greater than 5, but right now I want to make it 1. Now you will see the result, which part will be executed. True part mean to say after just the if should be executed, or else part should be executed. Same way for the string case, what should be the executed? So let's try to execute it. Now can you see the result? My result is really changed. Can you see right now? So number is a lower than 10. Okay, because else part is working practically. Okay, so because I show you based on the false condition, my else part is working. Okay, and same way you can see in the case of string, you will see again my else part is working. So it is your choice, you can take any other example or any real world example, try to do that. It is very easy and very simple. You can do very easily such a practice with the if else. Okay, so I hope you can get it. Now let's try to do a little bit more practice for the next stuff here. Okay, so it was basically over if, and you understood how it works, if works, and after if, this is a simple if, then after how if else works. Okay, it was the done. Now we try to use a something new, that is the elif part here. So here what we use, elif part. So elif, what is elif? So you know why we use the elif? When we want to use the multiple, we want to handle the multiple conditions, because in the real life we have a multiple choices, multiple decisions. In that case, I think it is a good idea to use it. Okay, so now what we try to use here, so let's try to change this idea here. Right now we try to use something new once again. Previously I took the number from the script directly. So now what I want to use, I want to again want to take a number, right? So previously we give the number example here 10 or somehow, but this time it's not good every time try to use it. So here in Python, what we can use here, we use a very interesting input functions here. Okay, so input functions basically always take the value from the user actually. From the user mean to say by the input console. By input console mean to say keyboard practically. So you can pass these functions here. What you can write, give number example, or maybe enter any number. Okay, so here it return it. So this input functions basically it returns the string, but we are working with the number. Okay, so need change it. So practically this concept is called the casting. Okay, that is the typecast. Okay, so how we can typecast productively when you are using it? So very nice and easy way to use it. Start a bracket in the beginning and same in the end, and you can give the name int here. So please notice here. So what happens here? Basically, it will typecasting. Now, the whole expression, can I store into the variable? Yes, we can store into the variable very easily. And now what will be the variable name? You can give this number. Okay, now please see how it looks nice. Okay, so now your variable is ready and which handle only integer number. Okay, now this time user will give this value. Okay, so now try to use again conditions. So practically we use the if, which is the simple if we use. You can use again the number. Okay, so number, then you can take any example less than, is greater than, whatever you want to use. So suppose I want to create a some range actually, some range example in between 5 to 10 or 10 to 20 or 20 to 50. You want to print something like that and you want to take decision based on that. So I want to use a, this is actually my first condition. If number is a lower than 5, then what will happen? I want to print what I want to print. I want to print a very simple name, that is the number is lower than 5. Just follow the condition. That's all. Okay, here number is lower than 5, and then after immediately you make a plan to suppose give a new conditions. In that case we use a L if. Can you see right now? Because I don't want to use else right now, so my target is to be use L if. Okay, remember after elif you have to give again the your this condition actually you're thinking, right? That is L if. So now what you want to do? So suppose number, you can give again condition example is greater than equal. So if the number is a close, mean to say equal, or maybe is greater than 5, right? It is also nice. It is a condition. Now if you want to use more condition, you have some operators. Please go to my last playlist where we use some operators. So what I can use here, logical and, because logical and you know very well how we use that, which basically uh, use the two condition at a time. Okay, so number again. Now what I can write here, less than equal to. Now you can give a range example 15, 20, 25 or something, whatever you. So in this example, I think it is enough to use it. And you can see right now it gives you the again error like a, it is saying expected. So start a block here. Okay, so that means your elif part is ready with more two conditions jointly. So this is basically, I should say, joint conditions with the help of elif. Okay, now what we can do here, you can give more condition. This is your choice, but I think it is no more needed. So you can just give a print statement. So here, because you have put your own range actually. So here, what you can write here, you can easily write here that your number in between 5 to maybe 15 right here. Can you see? Okay, and you can save your script with the control as very easily. Okay, so that is basically elif part. But what happens if the number goes beyond the limit? Example, suppose the overall practically see how many conditions: first condition, second condition, and third conditions. Okay, but what about the fourth condition? Practically fourth condition can be above 15. So what happens if a user give the value above 15? So in that case, I think we have no need to give the elif. So we will directly use else part here. Now it makes sense to use the else part here. This will work only for the again false conditions which we used previously. So now what we can write here, number is greater than 15. One more, forget to give the colon, that means start the block. Now I think very easy script writing in Python, where you have a very easy writing. Can you see the flow is very easy? There is no closing such a thing, no need to close such a brackets like other languages. It will make very easy to use to such a script. Okay, and now what we can use, we have to be call our script again. Okay, let's try to call your script again here. So let's see. It is asking you this time, give a number. Why? Because of this line, right? Give a number. So who is helping me? Input function, right? So who is converting int parameter? Can you see? This is actually the class here. Can you see? This is a class, but we are not talking about the right now class. Just try to understand. This is the int. I can use it very easily. So now all expression I can store with my variable number, and my problem will be solved. Now I can pass value very easily on the console. So practically here you can see the console. Now let's try to test your condition first. Okay, so suppose you can see example, randomly I give the number, suppose 9, and see the enter. So this number, it comes to my range. Why? Because this line, it is important, right? So it is very good. Then try to use one more example, 15. Let's see. Yes, it also near to the range. Can you see? Because we use this equal operator. That's why it makes sense. And then after, let's try to use suppose 50. Okay, then it is out of the range. Can you see right now? This number is not coming into my range. That means it is not okay right now. So else part is working. Okay, and what happens if the number is a lower than? Try example 3. So number is a lower than 3. So guys, please try to see my all three parts practically. So practically this is the first condition. This is the two condition which I knowingly joined with the help of AND operations, because if it is true and if it is true together, then it will execute it. Okay, so then it makes sense right now. So please go there how to use a logical and, logical or, and XOR. It will help you. So guys, I hope you can easily use the elif when you want to use multiple conditions. Very nice. And now let's try to change a little bit this script here. So example here, let's try to see if you don't want to use this condition here, can we use any other options which is very easy to understand, which can use it? Yes, we can use it very easily. You can use a elif again here, because we have to give it. And then after, what we have to do, we can make it very shorter. Example, you need a less than equal to. right? You need a less than equal to what number. Okay, and then after it should be number should be less than equal to 15, and then give the colon here, right? So what will happen here? So here you can use very easily this one, but something is missing here. So you can give a constant value here, right? Can you see if you don't give it, it will make again the error example here. It will show you that message expected expressions. And also here you will give the this message. So practically you can give, you have to actually complete the expression. So it makes sense here, right? So I use same concept, but I have just, I don't use and right now. So this is also possible. You can try it. Okay, let's see. It is again. Okay, let's see. It is working. Okay, so it is greater than 15. Let's see another condition. Yes, it is also lower than. And one more condition which go for in between. Example 12. Yes, it is also in between 5 and 15. So please try to see. You can try this one. Please try it. Okay, or you can use a very short way without the and operation. It is also possible. You can try it. Okay, so this is very nice to use a lot of options to use that. So apart from it, you can also try suppose example. You can also use a some inbuilt functions in the Python here. I think we used last time. Please see my previous video where we use some data structure about uh, the sets we used the last time. I think please to go for my data structure video and where we use some functions over there. Okay, and same we can try to use such a functions over here. So here what we can use here, elif again. So don't forget to give the elif every time here. So this is important. And then after elif number in. Now what is in? If you remember, this is actually operator. What is the name of operator? That is the membership operator. Okay, and then after it can look for range. Please see, this is actually again like a functions over. This is basically uh, functions here, right? And here you can give the range. Right now you can pass the range very easily. Example, start from 5 based on your script, actually based on your idea. So example 15 or 16, up to you. So you can give a 16, and don't forget to give the colon here again. So guys, what will happen now? It will again works for you. Yes, it is also good. So you can use this option with elif. You want to use a and operation. Okay, and if you don't want to use, then please use this option. Try it in your computer, then I hope it should work. And also you can use this range functions with the help of membership operator. So it is very interesting to use a couple of ideas and options in the Python collectively to solve any task, right? So it will help you. So I hope guys you can get it this elif as well, right? Okay, now let's try to do one more little bit. So how to use the here, this time I will use the little bit nesting if. So how we can use a nesting? I think same idea I want to use, same problem I wanted to solve with this nesting structure here. So right now with the number is ready. Okay, we can print the number very easily. But here, what is the idea? You can use again the condition. If number example is greater than, let's say 5. If your number is greater than 5, then what happens? Because I told you nesting mean to say if one block is depending upon the next block. Can you see this is my first block? Now I will write my second line, actually second block, right? So here again I will write here number, right? If number, I want to give one more condition here. Example, this 15. Please try to see. This is my first block. First block. Okay, I should say this is my second block. Very simple. So my first block has one condition, second block has another condition. Because if you see here, if it is true, then it will go to the second block. Okay, the same way in another languages we have the idea. So now what we can write here, so here you can give your decision. So you can give the decision simply with the help of print statement. Okay, so here you can write here number in between, because right now we have a two condition. So which condition? Here 5 and 15. Okay, so here I can write here in between 5 and 15, right? And you can write more statement, thank you very much, and whatever you want to do. Okay, but what will happen if you will use a here else part? So after the else part, what you can write here, because right now I am in my inner block. So my inner block, what should I write here? So I can write here number is greater than 15. Number is greater than 15, right? So you can see here. Okay, here what I can write here, this is a for my inner block here. Okay, and here you can easily understand. Now you see here, try to see how indentation is working in the Python. So that is my first block. This is my second block here. So in my second block, because first block I need to be also, this is closing, this is as part of the my inner block, or maybe second block, whatever you want to see. Okay, second or inner, whatever you want to see. Okay, please see, this is a first, or I should say outer, right? Outer makes sense. Okay, outer. So please try to see, you can make, you can give any name whatever you want. So right now here in this practically against the first block, what decision you want to take, I should say. So what decision I want to take? Number is lower than or equal to 5, something like that. Okay, okay, so please try to understand, this is the same way what we did previously. Okay, so now I think we are near to the execution and we try to execute it. Again it is asking give the number. So example C 23. So 23 is not in the range. Please see, first of all, so this is my number. I will give the number 23. So 23 will be compared with this outer block. So basically this is the first, how to say, banner, right? This is the first banner here. Okay, so if you are stuck here, you can go out directly. Okay, so here you will see this is it is giving the number is a greater than 15. So here if you see the 23, if it will check here 23, that means it is true, then it will go the else part here. So number is a greater than 15, right? So it will okay. And let's see to use another one example. Let's see if example, if it is a suppose 10. Can you see if it is 10? Yes, it is in between the 5 and 15. So example, the 10 is a greater than 5. It is true. Then it can go inside. Again, it will check 10 is lower than 15. Then this should be printed, which is here. Okay, so same way you can try one more example here too. So number is lower than or maybe equal to 5. So can you see right now 2 is lower than, actually it is actually opposite, it is a false condition. So two is basically smaller number. So here at outer block the condition goes fail, mean to say false. So immediately I have to come here, I go to jump else part directly and I can print this one. Okay, so guys, I think this is the way you can do the practice very easily. And in today lab, what we try to understand, we try to understand the decision statement with very nice practically numerical example. Okay, So I try to use it, and to you can also take any other example. So first we try to solve the if. This is the called the simple if, and if you want to use the else part, basically for the false, if else. And if you have more than one conditions, you can use elif, something like that. And same you can use a nesting of the if very easily. Okay, so I hope you can do such a practice very easily. And if you have any question or query, you can write me in the comment section. Please try to do the good practicing and keep going well. And I hope I will see you in my next lab with new topic. Okay, so thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye bye.